Good morning to you folks, wherever you're joining us from. Good to have you with us this Thursday, the second day of October 2025, September. Out of here. Happy to have you guys with us. Brenda, Jilly G, Sandra. Brenda, good to see you there. Jilly G, thanks for the things. Jilly G. Good to have you, Sonia Massey Cobb on the live, all the way from Maryland, USA. Good to have Sonia on the live this morning. Great to have you. Vanessa Adams is here. Shirley Barton is here. How you folks doing? Gloria Chester, Mandy Cummins, Sharon Castello Edwards. Good to have you. Auntie Sandra on the live this morning. Sandra Hanover. Shabina. Good to have you. Malicia, Roxanne, Mandy. Good to have you. Edward Carlton. My Lord. 200 of you on the live already. Hope you got enough food around this breakfast table this morning. Hope you can put yourself in some problems. Good to have you all. Beryl and Carlton Perry. Edward David on the live too. How you guys are doing? I'm so happy, super happy to have all of you here. It's Thursday. We're getting to the end of the week. And we hope you guys got some plans for the weekend. You know, to refire, spend some time with your family, your friends, your loved one. I spent part of last Sunday at the creek, Linden Suzdike Highway, you know, just luxuriating in some dark waters. How are you folks doing this morning? Carlton and Mandy put a little video statement early on my thoughts on the delay of the commencement of the National Assembly. The convening of the National Assembly. Hope you guys have had a chance to look at that. And if you have and you liked and you shared, you loved and you share. Thank you guys so much. So much for that. Just putting out my thoughts on different things outside of this medium, this forum we have here. Deborah, good morning. Good morning to all of you who are joining us. Onika, Osborne, and my God. Jilly G says the PEP full of BS. Be full of it. Folks, let's start this morning. Talk a little bit about the Working People's Alliance press conference. I love some of what they've had to say about the changing of stance of the PPP and any number of issues. If you've been following closely, yesterday, the WPF, they shifted their press conference day to Thursday now. It used to be on a Monday. Was it on a Tuesday? Gwyneth Anderson, good morning to you. Gwyneth, good morning to you. But it now shifted it to Wednesdays. And that press conference came up yesterday morning. And we tuned in. A lot of interesting substantive issues coming out, being put forward by the Working People's Alliance of the WPA. And we just wanted to touch on two of them for you, perhaps. In the first instance, with this non-convening of Parliament, they said they believe they're above the law. They are above the law. They don't seem to have a differentiation between party and state, government and the co-equal and its co-equal branches. The executive believe they are the executive of the National Assembly, and hence this reluctance to convene the National Assembly. Take a look at what the WPA said yesterday on this press conference.
It means that the PPPC party places itself above the government. It places itself above the state, above the courts, above the laws of the country. So that means that they can treat the Parliament in whatever way they see fit, and especially because of this new majority that they have.
The WPA, having studied the results of the election, have come to the conclusion that the government does not enjoy the big mandate that it's claiming for itself. A perusal of the numbers coming out of the election would show that the government got an increase of a mere 9,000 votes, a little bit over 9,000 votes, which is the equivalent of one seat in the National Assembly. The government has increased its tally of seats by 3 merely because of the lower turnout at the election as it relates to the other parties in the parties in the opposition. And so that for the WPA does not represent a mandate. The PPP has to be cognizant of the fact that it was touting that it wanted a 2/3 majority, and it has fell way short of a 2/3 majority. The increase in seats, as we are arguing, is not as a result of increase from them. We are very clear in our minds that while the votes for the previous major opposition, the APNU, declined, these votes did not go to the PPP. The tally of votes of when the APNU and the FGM, the AFC, and the Assembly of the People, when one tallies those votes, along with those who stayed away from the poll, they represent a larger number than the PPP. The PPP, in effect, if you crunch the numbers properly, would come out with less than 50% of those who were eligible to vote at the election. We also...
Yeah, that's some of what Dr. David Hines said. just yesterday in a press conference by the Working People's Alliance, and another portion of it we want to share with you folks is the characterization, the walking back on this cash grant issue as dishonest. That's what the WPA said they were dishonest. Take a look. Take a listen.
This most recent position is the most politically dishonest act in modern Guyanese political history. After touting its commitment to these transfers during the recent election, it denounces them less than a month after the elections. What is most galling is the minister's invocation of the cynical view that cash transfer would result in citizens refusing to work and to go to school. This insult of our people is the unkindest cut by a party and government that loves to boast of its pro-people record. Finally, the minister's statement that cash transfers are not distributed in the USA and other countries shows how unfamiliar he is with the issues at hand. Anyone who has been following cash transfers would know that in some states in the United States, such as Alaska, cash transfers are the norm. Other countries around the world, in Latin America, in our English-speaking Caribbean, in parts of Africa, cash transfers are routine. And so when we have a minister of government who talks like this, he is misinforming the entire nation. WPA intends to keep pushing for cash transfers and to push for laws to enshrine those transfers in our constitution. We feel that, for laws that make those cash transfers legal. We continue to believe that it is one of the most potent mechanisms in pursuit of poverty alleviation. We heard the president in his inauguration saying that he intends to tackle poverty. We ask, how do you intend to tackle poverty when you are denouncing one of the most popular policies that has been used around the world to get rid of poverty?
Yeah, welcome back, folks. Welcome back. Good morning again, those of you who are now joining us. We're picking up there on some of the comments coming out, the statements coming out of the Working People's Alliance, the WPA, just yesterday in that press conference. And let's start with this very interesting editorial out of Sabbath News today, which talks about some health issues. You know, this is Pinktober month, and we can talk about that in just a little bit. But it's very, very important editorial that came out of the that is coming out of the Sabbath News this morning, talking about a cultural shift needed as a new study finds that there's no safe alcohol level. This is gonna maybe rub some of us the wrong way, but a cultural shift is needed. This is according to this editorial in Sabbath News that we saw. And part of what the editorial underscores, this is according to the making the case as the World Health Organization, WHO, has done, which shows that there is no safe alcohol level of consumption. Right? And this evidence-based study, they said, links moderate drinking, listen to this, links even moderate drinking to higher dementia risk And it notes that 2.6 million people die annually from alcohol-related causes. This is worldwide. And listen to this. We spoke about this just yesterday morning, I think, with among our young people. Locally, the health authorities said they're seeing a rise in this particular issue, cardiovascular deaths. 474,000 cardiovascular deaths worldwide. Right? And behind that is 401,000 cancer deaths. Some very interesting statistics coming out of the World Health Organization, the WHO. There's no soft drinking. There is no safe limit. How you all feel about that? You know, I heard some time ago a man said he read somewhere that smoking is bad for your health. He gave up reading. You know, some of you all just tune me out there. You know, you give up listening. That's what the folks said. No safe level, according to this most recent study. 2.6 million die annually from alcohol-related illnesses, 474,000 from cardiovascular deaths, 101 cancer-related. That's a lot. Giving you that information free of charge. Free of charge. Act now according to wisdom. You can't say you didn't know. On that great and terrible day, you can't say you didn't know. We did talk about cancer related at 401,000, and let's transition to that. October, Pinktober, of course, Cancer Awareness Month. We also want to say thanks to GT&T for the huge part they play in organizing activities for this month and bringing, more than that, the public's view, the nation's view on this issue, cancer awareness. We understand how cancer affects women, understand also that cancer affects men too. You know, they keep telling us that early detection saves lives. Now we're advised, I gotta pull this one from my phone, that internationally, the World Health Organization theme for breast cancer awareness for 2025 is every story is unique. Every journey matters. It's true. It's true. Every story is unique. Your story is unique. And every journey matters as the international theme for cancer, for the Cancer Awareness Month. This is according to the World Health Organization, WHO. And then the Ministry of Health locally as well, in collaboration with One Communication, GT&T, they officially launched Pinktober yesterday to mark, of course, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And of course, you know, this is the month you have the march and so on. Tomorrow there's a tree wrapping exercise on Main Street, and then there is the Cancer Awareness Walk. I said march, Cancer Awareness Walk, and you might have a 5K and all of that. All is geared towards bringing awareness. Early detection is key. They tell us, so get tested. Early detection. Right? Early detection. And of course, that local theme is act now, live strong. And that act is to be tested, among other things. Act now and live strong. Thoughts and prayers with all our brothers and sisters who are going through or coming through. You know, you've been there, you spend the night. Our thoughts and our prayers always with you folks. Right? Always with you folks. And it's a time too when you reflect on those who have gone on because of this dreaded disease, cancer. It's a time when we reflect on that as well. There's a candlelight vigil also, I think within the next week or two, But the entire October is dedicated to cancer awareness. Right? The local theme again is Act Now, Live Strong, and the international theme, every story is unique, every journey matters. It really does. It really does. And as we're on this tenor of cancer awareness, we are advised that the Cancer Institute is offering free mammograms. As I said, early detection is key, and we have to get tested. We got to do it, right? We got to do it. So the Cancer Institute of Guyana, they've launched their activities as well for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And as part of that, they're offering free mammograms. Free. You got nothing to worry about. You just go and be tested, right? Free mammograms. And they said they're also offering reduced prices for ultrasounds throughout October. Right? And we are advised as well that, as you may well know, breast cancer is one of the leading health challenges, not only in Guyana, but in the Caribbean internationally. We did quote a figure of 401,000 persons die annually as a result of this dreaded disease. Thoughts and prayers with all the persons who may be some part of this journey. Some part of this journey are thoughts and prayers with you folks. And as you go through your devotion, I hope some of y'all said your devotion this morning. Been through the paces. You don't just get up, sucking your teeth and fretting. You've been through the paces of the last week. Right? As during your devotion, you pray for folks who are so affected. Right? Pray for folks. Neon Harding, we see you there this morning. Marvel Schultz, Claudette Henry, Bernice Dotson, we see you. We see those comments. We see those comments. You know. That being said, we saw an instruction by the new Minister of Home Affairs. You know, tackle corruption or else. You know, if this police force were not taking direction at every turn from the political directorate, the minister would have to instruct, because to use a legal phrase, it would be part of their ordinary course of dealings. It's what they do. But you know, this is the shroud under which the PPP lives and dwells and have their habitation. Corruption. All the international reports tell us this. Remember the sanctions and Asruddin Mohammed? You remember those sanctions? Among the information the Americans released, said government ministers take bribes. Hence why Mega Lash. Ministers take bribe up and down the political food chain. And that's why it might struck some as a little odd. Waldron urges police to tackle corruption. Waldron can't play. She don't know what's going on. You see? But optics. Get an article in there. Optics. You know, as I'm on the Mohammeds, let me make a comment. I saw Natasha Singh Lewis, former member of parliament, because I think she's back on the win list. She's on the win list for parliament. So member of parliament, Natasha Singh Lewis, made a comment about a piece of reporting that was put out by credible sources. Something about implosion of the political party. You know, I want to capture it right. Something about the implosion of the party and this and that. And I thought it was unfortunate, you know, to say the least. I thought it was very unfortunate what was said. Right? Very, very unfortunate. Because for me, it was a very, very simple issue. For me, very, very simple issue. This is concerning the Bosai dispute between the employer and the employee. And Natasha's take was that whole scenario there we reported on, where the union representative, Mr. Joseph, he said that Ashuddin Mohammed had no role to play in the workers getting, being successful at their, what do you call it, bargaining, collective bargaining with the union and getting an increase in pay, I think 7.5 for this year and 8% for next year. That is what the union representative said. This wasn't Sharma Solomon. And Coretta McDonald said. This is what the representative of the union said. And what irked me is that I have to defend the team that I'm serving with. There's no doubt Natasha is defending the team that she's serving with. Right? And one of the questions Natasha asked, she said, if this is the way folks are going to Parliament, right? I'm trying to bring it up so I capture it correctly, you know. This is the way people are going to do this and do that. Right? She says, I'm wondering, like many people, haven't they self-destruct enough? Well, they includes me. Is this how national issues are going to be handled in Parliament as we form the next opposition? Is this what Jagdeo meant when he said he prefers to work with APNO than win? I don't know the political persuasion of the union guy. The man posted on social media after Win stepped in to take the kudos and the credit for the issue being resolved. Now, I don't know how much truth and honesty factor in Win dealings, but it's either you had something to do with it or you had nothing to do with it. This ain't got nothing to do with Parliament and self-destruction. It didn't have anything to do with that. As far as I know, Natasha Singh Lewis served 5 years as a member of the National Assembly in this same opposition. 5 full years. 5 full years. And didn't say anything about the quality of the representation until she resigned from her party. Right? Is this the kind of representation? Why this hurt me so much? I remember when Nigel Damlal was assailing Natasha Singh Lewis in the National Assembly. And I stood up for Natasha Singh Lewis in the National Assembly. Stood up for Natasha. You remember the dildo issue? You remember that? And I say, you can't treat my sister like this. We will continue to give strong, very, very strong representation to the people of this country in the National Assembly, wherever we may find them. I was on 9 months. 9 months suspension from the National Assembly over that issue. For someone who was then my sister. So when I hear about this implosion, right? Haven't they self-destructed enough? Nine months. You know what the speaker wanted me to do? He wanted me to apologize because he was telling me go to my seat and I wasn't moving. I kept a darn lal. I told you all why I couldn't move to my seat. And I couldn't feel my legs when I sat down, wherever I sat down. And I said I would not apologize. I wasn't in the wrong. Y'all allowed darn lal to do a lot of nonsense until he was his own undoing finally. Now you multiply 9 months by how much? 200,000. Myself and my colleagues, we're not billionaires, but we're in this. We're not in this for the money. I'm not in this for the money. I could easily say, I'm sorry, and gone on to receive salary. 9 months. I was out of the National Assembly. 9 months. And my colleague never said, look at 5 cents. Representation we will continue to do. You must get some part of politics for truth and honesty. And if you don't want to pull up your boss for misrepresenting the issue, give me easy time on this side. Please and thank you. Give us easy time. The union rep said Azruddin Mohammed went up to Linden. He went to where the workers were. He folded his hand, he listened, and he played no other role. Coretta didn't say that. Sharma Salman didn't say that. So let us be fair. Let us be fair. I, on this side, we claim we got self-destruct. You had no role in it. None whatsoever. Right? No role in it. I can reserve the rest of my comment for later. Because as I told you all, I'm easing back into this 13th parliament. Easing back. So those would be the extent of my comment. They are unfair comments. Very, very unfair comments. This is why y'all self-destruct. Why? Because people point out that y'all lying. You know, y'all really get a free pass over there. Y'all really get a free pass. But Guyanese is going to wake up very soon and very shortly. Go wake up. Let anybody on this side maintain WhatsApp messages flouting tax laws in this country would be different. But it's only time. It's only time. I understand everything happens for a reason. Right? Of all the issues, y'all are the main opposition now. Y'all can tackle. What the hell y'all doing every day? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Left, right, and center. Issues up and down. And what you latch on is that somebody said, the union man said, Azruddin Mohammed played no part. But you want somebody fluff that up to make win look nice. Please. 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 That's my truth. We make up the story, the union leader on his Facebook page. You don't come for the union leader. Y'all come for say, that's why y'all self-destruct. Folks, let me carry on this morning. I can circle back on that another time. Let's drink the little black tea. Let's drink the little black tea. And let me go down the road. Right? Is that the opposition? We will, is that how we'll handle the parliament as we form the next opposition? Y'all got to do what y'all got to do. And show us how you do it. You know, teach us, oh great ones. Teach us, oh great ones. You know, don't let me be ad hominem, because I saw a lot of comments from people from Win that says a lot of people have left Win because of Natasha St. Louis. A lot of people have left Win because of St. Louis. You hear all kind of money story and let them and all kinds of. Let me go along with this. Let me go along with this program. When you say them over there, that's me. I with them. I with them. You understand me? I with them. And I would choose them any day than a man under sanctions. Any day. I would choose them. Any day. Because we sleep comfortably in night come. Any day. I said it. Moving on. Moving on. I want to say some other stuff, but we can ship this program right off the rails. Right off the rails. Right? As a matter of fact, as we're in that, the Central Executive Committee of the PNCR met yesterday. Folks said they got the confidence in the leader. Right? If you got confidence in a man who got sanctions and all kinds of allegations and more than all kinds of things, people get sanctioned, people get confidence in their leader who got all them things against them. Right? Give them an easy time. Give them an easy time. Please and thank you. You know, and this is the nonsense I keep hearing, you know. Across the spectrum, these guys would come and say, oh, y'all don't attack us, y'all don't, all of us want the same thing. And then they go and attack you. Time and time and time again. And then when you start now priming your artillery, all of these one, that's why you're hearing this, we as an opposition, all of these when we want the same thing. You sure? Yeah, and then I see y'all defending the PVP the other day. Okay, you sure we all want the same thing? Okay. Okay. So the CC, Central Executive Committee of the PNCR met. Right? They met and they said, they're sticking with Aubrey in their rebuilding, right? In this phase, they're sticking with the leader. Right? Full stop. You get to a certain age, you have to explain yourself. You got to explain yourself to people. You do what you're doing. Full stop. Nobody don't call me and cross the I's and dot the T's. So give me an easy time. Don't inbox me, don't call me, don't tell me nothing. Let me just go down the road. Let me just go down the road. Let me just go down the road. Please and thank you. All right? I'm being told that due to the reporting is that due to the vacancies created by due to vacancies that existed in the Central Exec Committee of the PNCR, Coretta McDonald, is it? And Christopher Jones have been elevated to the CC, or is it Coretta David? Apologies if I got the notation wrong. Christopher Jones and Coretta David have been elevated to the CEC of the People's National Congress. Yeah. And the couple minutes we have left, I noticed they're telling us that they got some mineral mapping happening. Now, I love it. You know, business ventures come in and investments and so on. But let the thing redound to the benefit of the people in those areas as well. So they're using all kinds of state-of-the-art technology. This multi-year project is aimed at developing a comprehensive mineral inventory. Yeah, when we get all of that, when we know where the gold and the diamond, the bauxite, everything, let the people in those communities benefit. Because that's one of the terrible features in this country. The communities that produce the minerals, the gold, the bauxite, the timber, the whatever. Those are some of the most impoverished communities because people just coming and digging out and then they're gone and then they say you're self-imploding. Digging out and gone, right? And then they say, look, you're self-destructing. Look how you're poor, look how you're living. Look how you're operating. So the wealth in those areas must come back to benefit the people in those areas. That's not rocket science. But that injustice is being perpetuated all over this country. All over this country. Right? They said they're doing remote sensing and aerial mapping to fill gaps in the existing data. And they said priority exploration areas include the Takatu Mountains, right? And Kupang. Yes. But the people in them areas must benefit when you are going to dig out the minerals. They must benefit and benefit in a meaningful way. Meaningful way. You know how much gold coming from the hinterland? Cameron Hospital, they get touched when the night come doing deliveries. You know how much diamond, timber, and these communities are impoverished by any standard. You know? So let it benefit the people. Let it benefit the people. Please and thank you. We see some road inspections happening. Irfan was on a road inspection on the East Coast corridor. Did Irfan inspect Heroes Highway? Did Irfan inspect Heroes Highway? Did he inspect Schooner to Crane? All these roads developed major problems just weeks after. Every day they're fixing Heroes Highway. And this is not wear and tear. This is just incompetence. This is just bad construction. Every day. Schooner too. Go down Schooner. You see some huge black patches. They just open Schooner. Just open Schooner. They hope it's not the same people building the New Demerara River Bridge. I hope it's not the same people. I just hope to God it's not the same people. Please and thanks. So we spoke about Pinktober. We spoke about Onage and admonition for the police force to tackle corruption. Safe drinking. There's no such thing, according to the World Health Organization, like safe drinking. The mapping minerals. Leadership in the PNCR is reposed in Aubrey Compton Norton as of yesterday. Still, free mammograms as we're in this breast cancer awareness month period, folks. The cash grants. Cash grants. My God. No doubt you'll hear some more on that today if the vice president has his press conference, right? And you can see he can turn on the opposition. Oh, the opposition don't understand cash grant. Wait for it. Right? It's just deflecting, from incompetence. The opposition don't understand cash transfers. Oh, they took the minister's statement out of context. You see? Yeah. Try with that. We're going to see you guys at the other side of the day. We want to thank you all for joining us this morning. Over 1,200 of you on the live this morning. Let that do it for now, folks. Shirley Melville. Shirley, how are you doing? Shirley's our sister from Region 9, Lethem, and other places. Fantastic person. You know, I heard about Shirley, had a chance to meet Shirley recently, and I was not disappointed. I was not disappointed at all. Shirley, I'm happy to have you on the live this morning. Happy to have John Jones here and Carol and all the other folks. Thank you for your love, your support. You see, thank you for your love and support. Thank you for your kind thoughts too, your prayers. We feel them. We feel them. Folks, forward ever. Forward ever. And backward never. All right, here's where we are, and we're going forward. Naomi, good to see you there. Naomi. Good to see you on the live this morning, like every other morning. Naomi, great to have you. I see Gurley is here, and Edward, and Rena, and Claire Alexis Chamley, Glennis, and oh my God, Maxine is here too. Edward, David, Claire Alexis Chamley, Richmond is here too. You all have a great day. That's the time for today, and that's our broadcast. You all be safe. Take cognizance of the wildness on the roads out there, among the other things. And we're going to see you guys at the other side of today.